oldest and most fascinating histories of coinage. The story begins around the 6th century BCE. This was a time of great change. Large kingdoms known as Mahajanapadas were forming across the northern plains of India. Trade and commerce were growing rapidly. Merchants needed a standard medium of exchange. This need led to the creation of India's very first coins. These were not like the round coins we use today. They were irregularly shaped pieces of silver. We call them punch-marked coins. They represent the very beginning of a long and rich numismatic journey. These early coins were made in a very special way. Silversmiths would take a bar of silver and cut it into smaller, roughly equal pieces. The weight of each piece was very important. It had to follow a specific standard. Then, using small punches made of metal, various symbols were stamped onto the silver pieces. Each symbol had a meaning. Some symbols might represent the ruling king or kingdom. Others might be symbols of nature, like the sun, a bull, or a tree. Many coins had 5 distinct marks punched onto one side. The other side was usually left blank. This method gives the coins their name. Punch-marked coins. The symbols on these coins are a window into ancient Indian life. They are like a secret code for historians and collectors. For example, the sun symbol is very common. It likely represents royalty or a solar dynasty. Geometric patterns like circles and squares are also frequent. Some coins show animals like elephants, which were symbols of power and wealth. Other coins have images of hills with a crescent moon on top. This might represent a specific region or a local deity. Each kingdom, from Gandhara in the northwest to Magadha in the east, had its own unique set of symbols. This helps us identify where a coin came from. Collecting these ancient punch-marked coins is a true challenge. It is also very rewarding. Because they are so old, finding them in good condition is rare. The silver is often worn, and the symbols can be faint. A collector needs a keen eye and a good understanding of the different symbol types. The value of these coins depends on their rarity, the clarity of the symbols, and their weight. For a collector in America, holding a small piece of silver that was used in India over 2,500 years ago is an incredible feeling. It is a direct physical link to a distant past, a time of legendary kings and flourishing trade on the Indian subcontinent. After the time of the punch-marked coins, a new influence arrived in India. This came from the West. Alexander the Great's invasion in 326 BCE opened a doorway between India and the Hellenistic world. The kingdoms that followed, known as the Indo-Greek kingdoms, brought a revolutionary change to Indian coinage. For the first time, coins in India featured realistic portraits of the rulers. This was a Greek tradition. The coins were beautifully crafted, usually in silver and sometimes copper. They were round and had inscriptions in 2 languages, Greek on one side and a local Indian script like Brahmi or Kharosthi on the other. The coins of the Indo-Greeks are prized by collectors for their artistic beauty. The portraits of the kings are incredibly detailed. You can see the king's helmet, his facial features, and even the style of his hair. On the reverse side, the coins often showed Greek gods and goddesses, like Zeus or Heracles. Sometimes they also showed Indian deities, showing a mix of the 2 cultures. The bilingual inscriptions are very important for historians. They helped us decipher ancient Indian scripts. The most famous Indo-Greek king, Menander I, issued a large number of beautiful silver coins that are still found across northern India and Afghanistan today. Following the Indo-Greeks, another powerful empire rose in the north. This was the Kushan Empire, which flourished from the 1st to the 3rd century CE. The Kushans controlled the famous Silk Road trade route. This made them incredibly wealthy. Their wealth is reflected in their magnificent gold coins. The Kushans were the first dynasty in India to issue gold coins in large quantities. These coins were based on the Roman gold coin, the aureus, in weight. This made them easily accepted by international merchants. The most famous Kushan coins belong to the Emperor Kanishka I. The Kushan coins are a fascinating blend of different cultures. The obverse, or front side, usually shows a portrait of the king. He is often depicted standing, making an offering at a fire altar. He wears the typical Kushan costume of a long coat and trousers. The inscriptions are in the Bactrian language, written in the Greek script. The reverse side is what makes Kushan coins so interesting. They feature a wide pantheon of deities from Greek, Iranian, and Indian traditions. You can find coins with images of the Buddha, the Hindu god Shiva, and Persian fire gods. This religious diversity on their coins shows the Kushan rulers' tolerance and the multicultural nature of their empire. The period of the Gupta Empire, from the 4th to the 6th century CE, is often called the Golden Age of India. This was a time of great achievements in art, science, and literature. The coinage of this era reflects this prosperity and artistic excellence. The Gupta emperors issued a stunning variety of gold coins, known as dinars. These coins are considered the peak of ancient Indian numismatic art. They are famous for their intricate designs, high-quality gold, and the poetic Sanskrit inscriptions they carry. Each coin is a miniature masterpiece, celebrating the power and accomplishments of the Gupta rulers. The most famous Gupta coins belong to the Emperor Samudragupta. He issued several different types of gold coins. The standard type shows the king standing, holding a royal standard or banner. The archer type, which became very popular with later Gupta kings, shows the king holding a bow and arrow. This symbolizes his military strength. Another beautiful type is the lyrist type, which shows Samudragupta seated on a couch, playing a musical instrument called a veena. This highlights his cultural accomplishments. The reverse of these coins typically features the goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, seated on a lotus. Later, Gupta rulers continued this tradition of beautiful coinage. Chandragupta II issued coins that are equally impressive. One of his most famous types is the horseman type, which shows the king on horseback, ready for a hunt or battle. This design is full of energy and movement. He also issued the lion slayer type, where he is shown dramatically fighting a lion. This was meant to portray him as a heroic and powerful protector of his people. The level of detail on these coins is extraordinary. You can see the fine jewelry worn by the king and the intricate patterns on his clothing. The inscriptions on Gupta coins are also very special. They are written in the Brahmi script in the Sanskrit language. Unlike earlier coins, these inscriptions are often poetic verses, known as kavyas. They praise the king's virtues, his victories in battle, and his devotion to the gods. For example, a coin might have an inscription that says, "The invincible king, who has conquered his enemies, now wins heaven through his good deeds." For collectors, Gupta gold coins are the ultimate prize. Their beauty, rarity, and historical significance make them some of the most sought-after coins in the entire field of Indian numismatics. While great empires rose and fell in the north, the southern part of India had its own powerful dynasties. These kingdoms also developed unique and fascinating coinage systems. The coins of the south are very different from those of the north. They did not usually feature portraits of rulers. Instead, they used dynastic emblems and symbols. The major dynasties like the Cheras, Cholas, Pandyas, and Pallavas each had their own specific crest. These symbols became the main feature of their coins for centuries. The primary metals used were gold, silver, and copper, with many smaller transactions using tiny copper coins. The Chola dynasty, especially during its peak from the 9th to the 13th century CE, issued a very distinctive type of coin. The most common Chola coin is known as the Uthama Chola type. This coin shows a seated king on one side and a standing king on the other. However, the most iconic Chola symbol is a tiger, representing their power, flanked by a bow for the Cheras and a fish for the Pandyas. This combination symbolized the Cholas' dominance over the other two major Tamil kingdoms. These coins were made of gold, silver, and copper, and were widely circulated throughout their vast maritime empire, even reaching Sri Lanka and parts of Southeast Asia. Further south, the Pandya dynasty used the symbol of a fish, or often two fish, on their coins. This emblem is one of the most consistent symbols in South Indian numismatics, used for over 1,000 years. Early Pandya coins were square copper pieces with an elephant on one side and the fish symbol on the other. Later coins, from the medieval period, became round and often showed a stylized fish under a royal canopy. These coins might seem simple compared to the artistic coins of the Guptas, but their consistency and long history make them very important for understanding the region's political and economic life. The Vijayanagara Empire, which ruled much of South India from the 14th to the 17th century, had a very rich and diverse coinage. Their gold coins, known as varahas or pagodas, are famous among collectors. These coins featured various Hindu deities. The most common image is of the god Vishnu, either standing or seated. Other coins show the divine couple Lakshmi Narayana or the warrior god Balakrishna. The reverse of the coin usually had an inscription in the Nagari script with the king's name. The small gold coins, called phanam, were tiny, weighing only about 0.3 grams, but were crucial for everyday trade across the empire. The arrival of Turkic invaders from Central Asia in the 12th century brought a dramatic change to India. This led to the establishment of the Delhi Sultanate in 1206. This new political power also brought a new style of coinage. The coins of the sultanates were based on the traditions of the Islamic world. The most significant change was the complete removal of human and animal figures. This was because of the Islamic prohibition on depicting living beings. Instead, the coins were covered entirely with text. The inscriptions were usually in Arabic or Persian, written in beautiful calligraphic styles. The coins of the Delhi Sultanate were standardized in weight and purity. The main denominations were the gold tanka and the silver tanka. These were large, heavy coins used for major transactions. For smaller, everyday needs, a mixed metal coin called the bilon jital was used. The inscriptions on the coins contained important information. They included the name of the ruler, his titles, the date the coin was made, and the mint city where it was struck. This makes them very valuable historical documents. They help us trace the extent of a sultan's empire and the timeline of his reign. One of the most famous and, honestly, controversial rulers of the Sultanate period was Muhammad bin Tughlaq. He is known for his ambitious and often disastrous experiments with coinage. Around 1329, he introduced a token currency. He ordered that coins made of brass and copper should be treated as if they were made of gold and silver. His idea was to save precious metals. However, the plan failed spectacularly. The design of the token coins was simple, and people started making fake coins in their own homes. Soon, the market was flooded with worthless forgeries, and the economy collapsed. The Sultan had to withdraw the entire currency and exchange the fake coins for real silver, nearly bankrupting his treasury. Collecting coins from the Sultanate period offers a unique appeal. The beauty of these coins lies in their calligraphy. The elegant flow of the Arabic and Persian scripts is a form of art in itself. Collectors learn to read the names of different sultans, from Iltutmish to Alauddin Khilji to the Lodis. Identifying the mint marks is also a fun challenge, as there were dozens of mints spread across the empire, from Delhi in the north to Daulatabad in the south. These coins tell a story of a transformative period in Indian history, a time when new rulers and a new culture established their firm presence on the subcontinent. In 1526, the first Mughal emperor, Babur, defeated the last Sultan of Delhi and established the Mughal Empire. This dynasty would rule India for over 300 years and produce some of the most magnificent coins in the world. Mughal coinage is known for its high quality, artistic beauty, and systematic organization. The emperors took great personal interest in their currency. The standard coins were the gold mohur, the silver rupee, and the copper dam. The silver rupee, weighing around 11.5 grams, became the backbone of the Mughal economy, and influenced coinage in India for centuries to come. The Emperor Akbar the Great reformed the entire coinage system. He established a network of mints across his vast empire and standardized the weight and purity of the coins. While early Mughal coins followed the Islamic tradition of having only text, Akbar introduced some pictorial designs. He issued beautiful mohurs showing a falcon, a symbol of his swift conquests. He also experimented with a new calendar, the Ilahi era, which appeared on his coins. His coins are known for their beautiful calligraphy and the intricate decorative borders, such as floral patterns, that surrounded the inscriptions. The most artistically creative period of Mughal coinage came under Emperor Jahangir. He was a great patron of the arts, and this was reflected in his coins. He issued a famous and highly sought-after series of zodiac rupees. Instead of the usual inscriptions, these silver coins featured the 12 signs of the zodiac, from Aries the ram to Pisces the fish. These coins are incredibly rare and beautiful. Jahangir also issued coins that featured his own portrait. On one famous gold mohur, he is shown seated on a throne, holding a wine cup. This was a bold departure from Islamic tradition and shows his unique personality. Jahangir's wife, the powerful Empress Nur Jahan, also issued coins in her own name, which was very unusual for the time. Later Mughal emperors, like Shah Jahan, the builder of the Taj Mahal, and Aurangzeb, returned to a more orthodox style. Their coins are uniform and beautifully inscribed, but lack the pictorial creativity of Jahangir's reign. Collecting Mughal coins is like collecting a gallery of imperial art. Each coin, with its mint name and date, is a small piece of the grand history of one of the world's richest empires. For American collectors, the allure of Mughal gold and silver is tied to the legendary wealth and splendor of the great Mughals. As the Mughal Empire began to weaken in the 18th century, many regional powers and princely states started to assert their independence. This led to a fascinating and complex period in Indian numismatics. Hundreds of different states, from large kingdoms like Hyderabad and Awadh to tiny principalities, began issuing their own coins. At the same time, European colonial powers, the Portuguese, Dutch, French, and British, were establishing trading posts and territories in India. They also began striking their own coins for use in their areas of influence. This resulted in an incredible variety of coin types, designs, and standards. The coins of the princely states are extremely diverse. Some states, like the Marathas, continued to issue coins in the Mughal style, often keeping the Mughal emperor's name on the coin as a sign of nominal allegiance. Other states developed their own unique designs. For example, the coins of the Sikh Empire, under Maharaja Ranjit Singh, often featured a pipal leaf, a religious symbol. The state of Jaipur issued coins with intricate floral designs, known as jar. The coins from Kutch are famous for their inscriptions in the local Kutchi script, and the inclusion of the British ruler's name alongside the local ruler's name. The European powers also contributed to this mix. The Portuguese, who had territories like Goa, Daman, and Diu, issued coins that looked very European. They featured the Portuguese coat of arms and portraits of their kings. The French, based in Pondicherry, and the Dutch, in various coastal towns, also issued their own rupees and smaller coins. These coins often imitated local designs, but included a symbol of the trading company, like the rooster for the French, or the monogram of the Dutch East India Company, VOC. This created a situation where dozens of different currencies were circulating in India at the same time. For coin collectors, this period is both exciting and challenging. The sheer number of issuing authorities means there is always something new to discover. A collector might choose to focus on a specific region, like Rajasthan, or a specific type of state, like the Maratha Confederacy. Identifying these coins can be difficult, as many were crudely made, and the inscriptions are often hard to read. However, each coin tells a story of local pride, political maneuvering, and the shifting balance of power in a fragmented India. It is a numismatic puzzle that reflects the complex history of 18th and 19th century India. By the mid-19th century, the British East India Company had become the dominant power in India. After the revolt of 1857, the British Crown took direct control, and India became part of the British Empire. This marked the beginning of a unified imperial coinage for the entire subcontinent. Starting in 1858, coins were issued in the name of the British monarch. The first series of coins under Queen Victoria established the designs that would last for nearly a century. The obverse of the coins featured a portrait of the reigning monarch, while the reverse showed the denomination and the word India. The main denominations were the silver rupee, 8 annas, 4 annas, and 2 annas. For smaller transactions, there were copper coins, the quarter anna, half pice, and pi. These coins were minted at high-tech mints in Calcutta, Bombay, and later, Lahore. The portrait of the monarch changed with each new ruler, from Queen Victoria to Edward VII, George V, and finally George VI. These coins are very popular with collectors because they are part of a systematic series. Collectors enjoy trying to acquire one coin of each denomination for each year and each mint, which can be a fun and achievable goal. A significant event during World War II affected the coinage. The high price of silver led the British government to change the composition of the rupee. In 1940, the silver content was reduced from 91.7% to 50%. Then, in 1946, silver was eliminated entirely, and coins were made of nickel. This change marks an important transition period. The last coins of British India were issued in 1947, the year India gained its independence. These coins, bearing the portrait of King George VI, are the final chapter of colonial coinage in India. They represent the end of one era and the dawn of another. On August 15, 1947, India became an independent nation. A new series of coins was introduced in 1950, when India became a republic. The portrait of the British king was replaced by India's national emblem, the Ashoka lion capital. This powerful symbol of India's ancient past marked a new identity for the nation's currency. The reverse designs initially kept some British-era elements, but were soon updated with Indian motifs. This series of coins, from the independent Republic of India, represents the modern face of Indian numismatics and is widely collected both within India and by enthusiasts around the world. Today, coin collecting, or numismatics, is a popular and growing hobby in India. It is no longer just a pastime for kings and wealthy scholars. People from all walks of life, including students, professionals, and retirees, are discovering the joy of collecting these small pieces of history. The internet has played a huge role in this growth. Online forums, social media groups, and websites allow collectors across the country and the world to connect, share knowledge, trade coins, and learn from experts. This has made the hobby more accessible and democratic than ever before. Indian collectors have diverse interests. Many specialize in a particular period. Some are fascinated by the mystery of ancient punch-marked coins. Others are drawn to the artistic beauty of Gupta gold or the calligraphic elegance of Mughal rupees. Collecting coins of the princely states is also very popular due to the vast variety. A large number of collectors focus on the coins of British India and the Republic of India. They enjoy the challenge of completing sets by date and mint mark. This systematic approach provides a clear goal for collectors and is a great way to start the hobby. The Government of India has also encouraged coin collecting. The India government mints in Mumbai, Kolkata, Hyderabad, and Noida regularly issue commemorative coins. These coins celebrate important historical events, famous personalities, and national monuments. They are issued in special collector's packs, known as proof sets and uncirculated sets. These sets are beautifully packaged and come with detailed information. They are a great way for new collectors to get started and are also popular as gifts. These modern issues help keep the hobby alive and relevant for new generations. For collectors in America and other countries, Indian coins offer a gateway to a rich and diverse culture. Each coin is a tangible artifact that tells a story. It might be a story of ancient trade, a powerful emperor, a forgotten kingdom, or the birth of a modern nation. The vast timeline, stretching over 2,600 years, means there is always something new and exciting to learn. From the crude silver pieces of the Mahajanapadas to the glorious gold of the Mughals and the modern commemorative issues, the complete history of Indian coinage is a grand epic. Holding an Indian coin in your hand is like holding a key that can unlock the fascinating story of India itself.